Hello, and welcome to Dark Souls, as I click things that are not in the game, because I need to check things, except I already started recording because I'm a doofus. This is the PC version, as you can tell, Prepare to Die edition. I have the DS Fix downloaded. I also have a higher definition, or higher resolution, I don't know which it is, if it really matters, fonts, so they're a bit crisper for certain things in the game, most things in the game, really. So that's kind of dandy. I need to click in the window. There we go, so I can move. Hopefully these sound settings are correct. I know the intro and like the cinematics and stuff don't actually follow the in-game sound settings, so I've tried to set it up so that they are as equal as possible, but it's probably going to be louder anyway. But anyway, my plan, I'm going to go ahead and hit new game here while we make the character. Enter character name. I shall name you Dom. There you go. Dom. Dom shall be male. I've been added to somebody's friends list. Okay. The plan, or at least my plan for now, is to go for essentially a glass cannon kind of style, dual-handed, really big weapon thing. So I think I might go ahead and start with a bandit, as that'll have my strength pretty high, and the level is only 4, as opposed to, say, a knight, which starts at 5, which is actually what I normally am. If you want to start at level 1, you'll want a pyromancer, by the way. But I think I'm going to go ahead and start with a bandit. A savage bandit has high strength, wields heavy battle axe, etc., etc. All this really affects is your starting stats, your starting level, and your starting equipment. Beyond that, you can do whatever the heck you want. Doesn't really matter as far as I'm aware. Gift will be a master ring. Master key, whatever it's called. Also, the fact that they give you, top heavy and tiny head is kind of hilarious, and then you could have things like this, like super fat, super beefy up top. I'm going for a high strength, two-handed build, so I think I'm gonna do the super beefy up top thing because it looks hilarious. Face, I don't really care, but this guy has a hilarious face. Look at it! Look at his face, man. It's hilarious. Let's go with the Far East Traveler. That looks decent. We'll go with, probably just short hair. Let's go with a ponytail. I like the ponytail. Whoops. Almost hit accept. And we'll go with a red ponytail. Why not? So there's our character. That is the plan, is to go for a high strength, kind of glass cannon-y build. Obviously, once we get higher up in levels, once I've got my equipment set up properly, we'll go, obviously, into endurance and vitality and stuff like that. I will want to get the Zweihanda, for those of you who know what that is, which is actually right next to the start, so that's not too much of an issue. I won't be able to use it for a while, but I want to get that and go basically two-handed the whole way. Anyway, intro, so I'm going to be quiet.
In the age
So here you go.
of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death. And of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty gods peeled apart their stone skills. Witches weaved great firestorms. Leto unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
Welcome to Dark Souls! Yay! As a little bit of a warning, again, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but I've played the first 30 minutes or so of the game. That does not mean I know what I'm doing. In fact, I don't know what I'm doing. I will probably get lost, I won't know where to go, I won't be very good.
Indeed.
Keep this in mind,
The dark
just so you know.
sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
To be locked away till the end of the world. That sounds like the best game ever. Sign me up for that, why don't you? That's us, by the way. And apologies if it's dark, the brightness is up above what I normally play it at, so I'm hoping that helps out a little bit. Oh my god, your face, man. Oh my god, that guy's entire body. Hi. Are you my friend? You appear to not care. Cool beans. The glowing thing is an item. That'll be, you'll know when there's an item on a corpse if it has a glowy thing above it. So I'm using a 360 controller, which is recommended to use a controller. This is our guy. The controls are explained out here, but I go over them. Right stick is camera, obviously. Left stick is movement. You have X, or square, for use item, which is in the left slot on the bottom left. That right there. I'll flash it for you. Actually, no, it's in the bottom. I apologize, it's the bottom slot. I'm being retarded. The top slot is for magics and stuff, which we don't have any, and we probably never will. Right bumper is for light attack. Right trigger is heavy attack. Left bumper is your left hand light attack, and left trigger is left hand, parry. Actually, yeah, light attack, parry, or if you have a shield, it's actually block and then parry. Or whatever, riposte, or whatever it's called for a shield or something. So X uses your item, Y will dual wield your weapon, which is what I'll be doing for most of the game, so you have a different set of attacks with dual wielded stuff. B is dodge, you can roll around and stuff, funsies. And that's about it. A is your action command, so we get a dungeon cell key, so we can open our dungeon cell door, as it is. These are messages left by other players, or in this case, the developers of the game. You can see my my text modification thing, so it makes it a little bit crisper. These guys won't attack you until you attack them. but because they give us souls, which is basically this game's currency, we're gonna maul them. If I get hit by one of these guys, I swear. There's a dude over there. Hi. He's a boss for way later in the game, actually. Actually, you could come back here immediately after leaving this, but you know, details. This game is a Metroidvania kind of style game where you have basically free roam over where to go. The game kind of corrals you in a certain direction and leads you through it because enemies are weaker and stuff like that. So this is just a lock-on tutorial. You can lock on to attack people if you're having issues actually hitting someone who's a little bit more nimble. You can use that and it'll follow them around with the camera. I've been told that I should practice fighting without lock-on, so I'll try and do my best with doing that, but I'll probably forget and use it a lot of the time anyway. But out here we have a bonfire, which is this game's version of basically checkpoints. When you use these, you can light them. That's not actually using them as far as I'm aware. I'm not actually sure why you have to light it, but there you go. When you sit down at it, all enemies respawn that are not considered boss-type enemies. So bosses won't respawn, but those guys back there that I just killed, those will respawn. At the moment, that's all it does. It's a checkpoint and it respawns enemies. And the only path we can go, there's a door... I think it's on that side? Yeah, I think it's over there. Yeah, in that corner over there, there's a door. Can't open it yet. We have to go this way. Also, that stomping is below us. Don't frighten. Don't, you know, pee your pants too much. But you should pee your pants very shortly anyway. This sign is important. It says, "Get away." There's a point to that. We have a little stick for a weapon. You can kill him. It's not really recommended. I leapt into that because I pushed the wrong button. Oi! Oi! You're murdering me. Stop that. Alright. Once you get in here, the door will close and he'll bugger off. Actually, it just goes to stand over there. And they've conveniently put a bonfire down here, so you can rest. It will restore your hit points when you sit at it as well, I forgot about that. And your estises, and your magic. It restores basically everything when you sit at it, including enemies. Important point here, get your shield. Because behind around this corner, there's a douche. Aye! Douche. He'll shoot arrows at you. And this will give you a shield, which I will now equip in my left hand. So I can... Whoop! What did I do there? Oh right, I swapped my weapon. There we go. Now I can run out here with my shield out. Oi, douche! And it'll block the arrow, and then he'll run away because he's a douche. Remember when I said he's a douche? It's because he's a douche. And now we have our actual weapon that we'll be using for a while. Our, whoops, battle axe. Yay, it has a fairly crappy attack that I don't really like. He just kind of swings it like that. I do like this attack though, because it's vertical, and in small corridors that means you won't hit the walls. If you hit above you, it doesn't stop, but if you hit a wall... Oops, that's a bad example. That appears to not stop battle axes at all. It won't stop the weapon. This, I guess it doesn't apply here yet or something, I don't know. You can also backstab people, which I failed to do there, but I'll just hit them in the spine with the battle axe. These things just as effective. But if you backstab people, you get bonus damage and you knock them to the ground, so it's pretty useful. I don't know what the white light is for. I guess it's just transitions to a new area. I'm not entirely sure. There's the bonfire, by the way, that we were first at. We don't want to go down there. We want to go up here. There's a rock up there, you may notice. That rock is going to try to kill you. It somehow still killed me. It didn't actually. I thought I was far enough away when I got to here, but it actually still hit me. I guess you do have to roll off of that. But it opens up this. This dude is dying. He has a story to tell you. If you ignore him, you don't get the item. But if you listen to him, he'll actually give you stuff.
Thank goodness.
Indeed.
I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you.
Do you?
You and I are both undead. Hear me out, will you?
If you're going for speed, you'll probably hit no and then just murder him, but for story...
I have failed in my mission.
I'll go ahead and listen.
But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. And thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this.
Yes, please. Free
An
stuff.
Estus flask, an undead favorite.
Cassius, that is your healing item for the game. You have a limited amount. Try not to waste them.
Oh, and this.
I probably will. And this is the key out of here.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway, onward. What does this say? Rest of bonfire, replenish Estus flask. Yes, I know. Use item as X. I explained that earlier. Kind of. What does this say? I thought there was one in here that said imminent something. No, that just explains it. Maybe someone else put it and it got downvoted because people don't like spoiling the intro. Anyway, there's another douche up here. What's up? I'm just gonna do that. Kill him. So I should just be dual wielding this axe and going for insta kill anyway. But anyway, wield right. Yeah, let's do that now. You can also kick. I haven't yet figured out how to do the attacks properly. I guess. No, see, I did the kick once. Maybe I have to do it at the same time. Let's practice. Yeah, it looks like I have to push forward and right bumper at the same time to do that. Do I have a leaping attack with this? I do. Nice. Alright. Anyway, there's more douchebags. What's up? I'm gonna murder you. Is that cool? I missed. This game's not forgiving, so if you mess up... Ooh, that was close. You'll take a lot of damage. Even these basic enemies can deal massive damage to you. What's up? I'm gonna pop my shield back out because this guy's arrows, just in case he hits me. Not that he's going to, but... There we go. That leads back out to that guy, which we're going to murder. This, however, leads to this dude over here. And this is where you could practice backstabbing, because it's easier to kill him with backstabs than to deal with him. There we go. Boom! So, as you can see, he's already dead. Those hurt a lot. There's also Havoc physics, so you can have some hilarious fun times with Ragdoll, because Havoc is not very good with physics, let's be honest. They make the best Ragdolls, I'll give them that much. But anyway, let's traverse the white light. A lot of the time, white light leads to a boss. This guy, you want to dual wield, jump off, and hit right bumper. It'll hit him in the face and take a lot of his health off. And I'm going to do this fight two-handed, probably. Come along. Hit him in the butt. There we go. Due to the pure strength of this class, this starting build, how that didn't hit me, I'm not sure. You can take this guy out really easily. So there you go. First boss down, we get a big Pilgrim's Key. A lot of noise. And I believe 2,000 souls. We also got a Humanity. Nice. The big Pilgrim's Key is for this door. There's our 2,000 souls. Souls are your experience and currency in this game. When you die, you lose all humanity and souls that are currently on you. Good job. Thank you, game. I think there's an item around here somewhere. Obviously not that way. Must be up here somewhere, up the path a little bit. But you can go back and get it. If you die on the way back to it, however, it is gone. You cannot get it back. So there's an item around here somewhere. Is it down here? There it is. Yay! Those are consumable souls. You don't lose any of your... I think it's called hard humanity or hard souls, I guess is what it's called. I can't quite remember. Which is the souls and stuff that's in your inventory, like the one I just picked up there. Only stuff that's in the top left, which is humanity, and bottom right, which is souls. We're also about to get another cutscene. There's not a whole lot in the game. There's a bunch of... obviously there's two at the beginning, but
Only
beyond that, not a lot.
in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
Holy crap, man!
To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
That's such a bad name. I mean, couldn't they come up with something better than Lordran? Jeez, man. Now here we are, though. Welcome to Lordran. a lot of the stuff, once we get down here, a lot of the stuff you see around you can be gotten to. It's really cool. I like it. Everything connects. There's shortcuts to and fro, and it all makes sense. It's not something silly like how the heck does that connect here, but it's really cool how everything connects. But welcome to Firelink. We'll be here a lot. Someone died over here. Yes, game. I know. Thank you. This is a weird multiplayer kind of game. Its multiplayer isn't normal, but when someone dies when they're online, sometimes you'll see a bloodstain. If you touch it, you can see how they died. I'm not sure. She appears to be glitching out. It looks like she probably fought one of the NPCs here. If you hit an NPC, they get mad at you and like maul your face, and then probably got murdered by that. But let's pick up some items around here first. Actually, before we do that, let's level up. May as well, we have the souls for it. Now, since we're here, we can kindle, reverse hollowing, both of which take humanity, and level up. So each point you put into something is one level. And I want to go for strength pretty early here. Excuse me, in fact, may as well just keep bumping up into strength. So now we're already level 7. We gained quite a few levels already. And the requirement for leveling up will go up very, very rapidly, and I'm going to talk to that guy later. For now, we will just continue on. Looking for items. I know there's items, a lot of items around here, actually. I can't quite remember where they all are. I also know where this Zweihander is, so I'll probably grab that. There's something back here. You can also sprint. I keep forgetting about that. Now, while I'm looking for this, I will be trying to do as much of the game as possible in human form, which opens me up to the multiplayer, cooperative, and PvP stuff. Oh yeah, you can do gestures. I'm not going to talk to that guy quite yet. Opens up to invasions, which is the PvP, or jolly cooperation. If anyone wants to do jolly cooperation, or invade me for that matter, I'm trying to be a douche if you're invading me. This is one of those shortcuts I was talking about. Can't use it yet, obviously. Feel free. This majority of this will be live streamed. Obviously this isn't, if you haven't caught on yet. This part is not being live streamed. Is there anything along there? No, but there is something down here, isn't there? I believe so. Yes. Alright. I don't know how I found this the first time, but there is stuff down here that I'd like to grab while we're here. Morning Star and Talisman, neither of which I will probably be using. Homeward Bone, which I probably will be using. Something back here as well. Also, that leads to the Zweihander, so we may as well grab that. I think that's the only way out of here. Lloyd's Talisman. Again, probably won't be using. I actually don't know what Lloyd's Talisman is for, so if someone wants to explain that, feel free to tell me what to do or how to do things. Well, not so much how to do things, I'm going to do it my way, but what to do, where to go. I've seen a couple playthroughs of it, so spoilers, don't care. Yeah, let's go get Zweihander. The enemies in this place are a bit tough. Let me give you a sample here. Yeah. I could kill them, it'll take a lot of hits though, so I'm just going to kind of run through here, pick up some souls along the way. Excuse me. And grab the Zweihander. We'll be back here later, I think. Well, probably, I imagine we'll be back here later, but there's this Zweihander. Let me see if I can get back without being murdered. Usually I just get myself killed, instead of having to run back. Excuse me. Looks like I'm just going to get killed, yep. Remember when I said things can kill you really quick? They can. That was like 4 hits. Which, to be honest, is about how much the normal enemies I should be fighting take. But now we have these Zweihander, and I'll show that to you. The souls that I had on me are down there. I don't care, because it wasn't very many. There it is. This thing's heavy. Yeah, I can't wield it. I'm aware game. Huge and heavy. If you see someone with this, you know they put, especially at early levels, you know they put basically all their points into strength. I think it takes 24 to wield effectively. But this is the one-handed. Obviously can't wield it effectively. But it sweeps way open. There's the heavy attack, which is apparently the same. Maybe I can't actually use it. But, boom! I can wield it with 2 hands, I think. Because I think that splits the strength requirement in half. It looks like I can wield it anyway. This thing does a lot of damage. Has a huge range. Chunk. It takes a lot of stamina to wield it though, in fact. Let me try a leaping attack here. If I even can. I can. Chunk. The range on this weapon is insane, and this is probably the weapon I'm going to be using. In fact, I may as well just start using it now, since apparently I can. I have to wield it two-handed, though. I cannot wield it one, as you can tell. That's obviously not going to be terribly effective, but I'll see if I can wield it with two. There's another one up there, somewhere. Not over there immediately, but I think it's up on the bridge past that. The one that's blurry in the background there. There's a claymore up there that takes less stats that you can use. But there's another part of the multiplayer aspect. You can kind of see people around you. If there's people sitting at a bonfire near you, you can actually see them very clearly. Like if I were to sit here and someone were to walk up that could see me, they would be able to see the color and everything, me just chilling here. But anyway, yeah, I'll try to play as much of it human form as possible to open up to multiplayer stuff, because that is apparently part of the fun of the game. Don't expect me to be very good. In fact, I'm not very good, so I won't be very good. So please don't hate on me. You can give me tips for fighting certain enemies if I'm obviously having trouble with it, but don't, you know, tell me you're doing it wrong, you should do this. That's just gonna make me pissed off at you. Yeah, other than that, this is the intro. This will take for the sound test and the announcement of me doing this, an invitation for you all to join me for Jolly Cooperation or PvP when needed, or when wanted, when requested. I'll mention when I'm specifically trying to get into PvP instead of just progressing the story, so you all know when I want that. But there will be probably a bit of a gap between this one and the next one that's uploaded, so this one just is just a forward announcement of it. But until then, me and Tom will be just chilling at this fire. This game is gorgeous. I love it. The scenery is amazing. Oh, there's a guy. So, me, Tom, and this odd-looking fellow here. We'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching, etc., etc.